Alright, so in this one we are going to be going over the GamePress tier list that is now updated with the Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. Just to look at here, there is a new tier. The introduction of a new tier above Z has been a topic and obviously has now been added with Ultra Gogeta and Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, which we will look at here. Then some other changes. Okay, they're just gonna list the changes, so we'll just go through the list to actually see the changes themselves, right? So, let's get into the list here. I am curious to see where they are putting Gogeta to Goku. I personally do believe, if you look at my Twitter, I said I think Goku is better than Gogeta. I think, and I'll get into this as we go in, but I think there's only a little bit of scenarios where Gogeta is better, and every other scenario in the game, Goku is better. So, just to look at here, where do they... Oh, okay, thank you, Ad. Thank you, go away. Okay, so what do they add? Added gods here. It's been the case with Fighter. Okay. Right, there are two fighters that are clearly above everybody else. Ultra Goku, Ultra Gogeta. Yes. So we finally decided to add a new tier. Moreover, the presence of one or two fighters that are clearly above other Z tier also made things odd for us when they decided they were fighters of Z tier or not. Okay, so they're in gods here. And then all these other changes. Do I go over this now? Let me go over gods here, then I'll touch on everything else that they added. So, okay, they have Goku above Gogeta. Alright, so, gods here. Represent those fighters that are strong enough to determine the trajectory of the meta by themselves. These are fighters that are generally considered broken as a result of abilities. It's so remarkable that they're capable of winning matches on their own, which elevates their teams to the very high spots of the meta. Now, once again, I do feel like Goku is better. Now, I'm going to list off the reasons, because I think people still think Gogeta's better, and I won't try to convince you. I'll just say my take, and how I see, after using Goku, after using Gogeta, how I view Goku is better. By the way, remember, Goku is boosted. Also, remember, Gogeta was boosted, so these units do have that in their effect. Oh, he called me back, the guy who just made this list. Nice. They have that in there, so remember that. Goku is boosted. He is getting more of an advantage than Gogeta right now, but I still think currently that Goku would be better, even, I won't confidently say without boost, but I'll assume without boost Goku would still be better, because we're probably going to get USS buffs for him anyways with this next All-Star or Zenkai or whatever the hell comes on top of a lot of other things. Now, the situations where Gogeta is better is when an ally is dead and when it is a 1v2. Now, let me explain why. Obviously, when ally is dead, Gogeta can go neutral, he has the lock-in, and he can basically fuck shit up. Normally, how you kind of get your ally to be dead, if you're, not sacking somebody off because you got fucked up early game, is you have the enemy rush you. And let's say they have full power freeze, so they rush through Majub. Okay, because you have this guy in Fusion, that's his main team, that's where I run him, that's where he gets his Ultra ability. He gets everything there, right? So you get rushed with Majub. Well then, you have, let's say, full power Frieza, has no vanish, he already popped his main ability, you can freely tackle with this guy, freely strike, freely blast, whatever, then kill. Instantly kill, no, discussion. Gogeta will kill in those 5 counts of the lock-in, he's neutral, whatever. If they can't swap to go to Podza, again, he's still neutral, so it will benefit him. There's something in my eye, I apologize for that. And you'll still have the benefit of basically killing somebody guaranteed in that scenario. Now that's where I think Gogeta is better. Now to go to where Goku is better, Goku early game is dominating Gogeta. Just to look at Goku, in a vacuum, Goku can do quite literally everything. Goku can have, it seemingly feels like, infinite advantage, because he gets advantage back 5 times. Goku can heal, I believe it is 105%, then 30% on main, so he can heal about 135%. Gogeta can heal a lot, which is infinite. Gogeta's heal is infinite. But when you look at it, the gauge is really what makes it. Gogeta's gauge will never be as used as Ultra Goku's gauge, unless you're getting fucked up. If you have Goku and you're just losing, you're just going to lose this match, you're throwing the match, whatever. Sure, you might get Gogeta's gauge more. But if you have competent and you're in it, it's a 2v2, you got 50%, you got 30%, he has 70% HP and 40% HP, and you're in it, chances are you're getting Goku's gauge 3, 4, 5, 6 times a match. I've gotten his gauge to where I got it 7 times in a match. And it was me coming back, making a comeback from a 1v3, from a 1v2. Goku is, in my opinion, in a 1v3, a better comeback potential unit than Gogeta. Now, let me explain why. In a 1v3 specifically, Gogeta will not maintain his neutral for long enough. So if you're playing someone that's using their brain and they're thinking about it, they'll be like, okay, let me save my green for last against Gogeta, because most likely by that time, because it's a 1v3, Gogeta will have the neutral for sure, but it'll run out. Yes, that will happen. And then Gogeta, while he still can do great damage while it runs out, because he has those gauge stacks up and all that stuff, you still have a scenario where you're disadvantaged and you can lose. With Goku being yellow, specifically because he's yellow right now, this might change, you know, whenever we get the next All-Star, the next Broken Red, sure, why not? I don't disagree with that. But right now, there is no red that is giving Goku problems. There's no red coming into PvP, because all the good reds are just not good enough. Like, you have FSK, maybe he's like okay right now. You have 8, like FSK is probably the best red you can bring right now, right? And even then, it's like every team has a strong blue. Like, you even look at Goku's team, you could use the free Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. He's gonna 3-card FSK. You could use Ultra Gogeta on the same team as Goku. He's gonna 2-card FSK. Like, it's not like you can have a red and be like, okay, I'm confident bringing him into the match. Like, no, you're scared shitless to bring your red into the match, which again is a benefit to Goku. And then you think about him. He's just stacking his first blast. He's stacking his first strike because he keeps getting that gauge. He keeps getting those green cards. The infinite buffs he's giving on his green cards. He's getting the cards. He's getting the nullify on his ultimate on blast starts. If you do that from mid-range, guarantee hit them. Sure, you know, I will point this out. He has no cut penetration on the ultimate, which is very, very bad for him in a scheme of where he does very long combos. You would hope the cut penetration does exist, so his you know, long combo doesn't get that fucked over. But no cut penetration, it makes his ultimate seem meek, right? You could think like 2 blast starts will do equal to his ultimate damage just because of how his design is. But again, the comeback potential with the 5 vanishes, with the healing, with the nullify, with the what is it, short animation blue card, he doesn't really have a negative in him that is innately there. Like, Goku has the same amount of cut, the same amount of hierarchy recovery, honestly, than Gogeta, and their design is, one has more damage. Is there an ambulance? Beautiful. They're here to save me from the Gogeta haters that are going to come at me here. But yeah, they're coming over. There's like 10 of them. You look at Goku, especially beyond that, and hold on, I just have to let it go by. Okay. You good? You good? Thank you. You look at Goku even beyond that, his team's gonna get buffs. Like, Goku has higher damage potential. Goku has a lot more scenarios, early game specifically, where he can clutch. A 1v3, which, I mean, you look at how kind of quick the meta is going, like how you can just kill. Not even like maybe the quickness of like timer count matches, but everyone just fucking dies like seemingly in one combo. Yeah, this guy is one of the only few units in the game that can 1v3, and it's not like, okay, I have to get lucky catching them like 10 times on a sidestep. No, it's, you can play against like a really good player and still have this Goku just 1v3 because he has the infinite vanish back. It feels 5 times infinite. I keep saying infinite because it feels infinite, right? Every time you fight off against this Goku, you're thinking, oh my god, this fucking guy's vanishing again and again and again and again. And if you play it very smart with him, you can always have like your gauge at like 80%. And then, you know, they do a blast starts and maybe they sidestep once. But then in that sidestep once you charge and then you get vanish back. Then you perfect vanish them or whatever. You catch them afterwards when you vanish again. There's a lot of scenarios where the Goku could be insane beyond belief. And I do think he is better than Ultra Gogeta. Again, we will see how he is after boost. I can somewhat say, like I said earlier, that he might be better. He probably is better afterwards if we do get buffs with this All-Star banner. But, because we will get an All-Star banner within, you know, next, 2 weeks or some shit like that. And with whatever Zenkai comes out this week. But, yeah, Goku is, yeah. And I'm glad they made this, by the way, this God tier, because to be real, you can't compare G4, Goku, Vegeta, you know, whoever else, Full Power Frieza, Jiren, whoever you want to compare. Like, they don't compare to Ultras, right? They are making Ultras a pinnacle of the game. Ultra's going to come out seemingly every 3 months, so the next one will be for Anniversary. Expect them to be here. There is no reason for them not to make the new shiny rarity. Like, Ultras are comparable to, let's say, I guess, LR Dokkan Fest exclusives in Dokkan, right? And then LFs, like just LFs, are going to be the TURs, right? That's what they are. Like, that's just how it is. Unless we get an LF that is, or Ultra that is an LF as well, this is like the highest point of the game, and I don't know if we'll get an LF that's an Ultra as well anytime soon. This is the highest point of the game. They're going to make them the best. They shouldn't be comparable to the others because it's the new rarity. Like, you gotta, you know, I want people to summon for this if I'm making a game. And, you know, you have an incentive to summon if they're the best units in the game, right? Z tier, okay, actually, let me read up here. What did they change? Because I want to see some changes. Oh, it's already here, right? Is it? Yeah, right here. So you added God tier, whatever. Went over that. Meta makes his yellow typing fitting cool. Okay, while his main teams like USS and Galaxy still see some work. He shines as leader on teams as like powerful opponent, fusion warrior. I guess you could run him there, yeah. I mean, honestly, you could throw this Goku anywhere. He's still gonna carry 1v3 in a lot of spots. Like, he doesn't have like a prerequisite to be insane. Like, he's going to be insane. You throw him on a team of fucking hero units, he's gonna, you know, be fucking insane. Z tier Goku Gogeta go down a little bit as Mono Purple is much harder to play now that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku's around. And I mean, Mono Purple's been falling down, you know, steadily as we've been going through the weeks and months. But yeah. Also, since the tier doesn't represent the absolute peak of the meta anymore, Future Going can return to Z once again. I like that. I think he is Z tier. I've thought he's Z tier for a long time. You know, after I got over my Puddlehan hatred, I've been saying he's Z tier. He's a best leader slot choice on Fusion Warriors. Again, I've seen that opinion thrown around. I won't say it's, you know, my take, but I mean, I can see where it's coming from. Like, yes, he's good on Fusion Warriors. Like, he's good everywhere. If he's good on Fusions, he's good everywhere. He's the best support unit in the entire game. Disrupt / support. S tier Super Gogeta goes below Frieza because Mono Purple is because of Mono Purple. I don't think of Super Gogeta. Okay, because when I think of Super Gogeta, I think of him on Fusions, and when I think of Fusions, yes, he's not core, right? It's G4, Ultra Gogeta, and you know, Future Gohan, whatever, Maju, Kaioken if you want, like whoever, and then he's the fourth option, like he's your off option. Okay, I can barely see this, like barely being like okay with this take. If Fusions were seen 24/7. I personally am not running the Fusions 24/7. Right now, obviously, it's going to be God Key, it's going to be LOE, it's all that, right? If Fusions were less seen, I would agree with this, but I also see Fusions a lot. And when I see Fusions, I run into G4. And when I run into G4, I'm bringing Super Vegito into my match. I'm not bringing Maju, most likely. I'm not bringing Future Go. I'm bringing Super Vegito into my match. So if Fusions fell down a little bit more in usage, sure, but I just don't feel that Revival Frieza is a superior option. I get why, like the Revival mechanic and then the, you know, Rising Rush stopping from LOE, but man, that's hard pill to swallow to say Super Vegito is higher, like lower rather than Frieza. I don't want to believe it's true. It could be true, but if I see less of Fusions, I would agree. It's just LF Zenkai being replaced by an all-star unit. It's like, holy shit, right? Like, that is power creep to its finest. Very well and powerful opponent and LOE. Beerus moved below LF Vegeta with first form Frieza as his impact is weaker than theirs in general. Wait, Beerus moved below LF Vegeta. Makes sense. And LF first form Frieza. Yes, I agree with that. Okay. At the moment, Rival Gohan and Zamasu Goku Black go down tier 1 since it's not as relevant as S tier fighters anymore. Good. Good. Rival Gohan should be like top of tier 1. And Zamasu Goku Black should be like around that area, right? Sparking Full Power Frieza, the obviously yellow one, goes up to S tier as Yellow Blue LOE is a very impressive setup. Yeah, that's probably been the more ideal setup. I know you could run the Zenkai Frieza instead of this Full Power Frieza Zenkai and, you know, get off better with it, but, you know, it's one of the two setups, so that guy should move up because, again, no reds to really counter him. And then tier 1, all red fighters got raised a bit since, obviously, Goku. And still, it's just a small bump because all of them have a lot of flaws in general. Vados and God Topo bumped up from tier 1 because they get flow with Goku because he's blast based. Obviously, Vados with support, God Topo with the blast. Does work for Goku. And then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Green Broly, Purple Vegeta, Purple Coke Goku all go down to tier 2. Then some tier 2 red fighters and Universe Saga get bumped up a bit. And Beerus added to tier 2 LF, obviously, because not the blue one. Blue one's not bad. So yeah, just to look at it here, Gogeta 4, I do think, is the third best unit in the game. Yeah, I don't think... I did that video of Goku Vegeta versus G4, like, not, you know, versus each other, but comparing, like, I used 4 matches with Gogeta 4 on Fusions, not even Zenkai buff, by the way, and then I did Mono Purple with Goku Vegeta. I was still more impressed with G4, like, 5 times over than I was Goku Vegeta. Like, reminder, Goku Vegeta with quad Zenkai buffs, quad, and some defensiveness behind their equips, almost got 3 carded to free Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. It's like, come on, like, come on. Like, if I put... well, I don't even... Who can I put in that same scenario? Like, if I put fucking... I don't know. Jiren in a scenario where he's taking neutral from that guy, I don't even think Jiren would have died that quick. G4, if he was taking, let's say... Who would be... Who's a relevant unit that he could take damage from? Let's say he took 3 hits from Ultra Goku. He's not going to die in 3 cards, right? But Goku Vegeta... I mean, type neutral, and they almost died 3 cards. It's like, yeah. Their value definitely is declined to me as well. Full Power Frieza, obviously LOE being probably the second best team, if not, you know, the best team in the game. Obviously, Full Power Frieza has insane value because of the Rising Rush stalling he does offer with destroying Dragon Balls. Double Vanish, the amount of damage he can do, just very burst-like and very quick with the support he has on his team. On top of the Zenkai buffs he can run, because obviously that Full Power Frieza Zenkai's there. Very good unit. Jiren, I don't use Jiren much. Mine's only 3 stars, so I can't really attest too much to Jiren. Like, I don't... When I run up against a Jiren, I don't feel his Z-tier potential, right? It's just not something I've ever come into contact with. And people will say the same thing about, you know, Ultra Goku. Like, I've never seen him to be Z-tier. Like, I would 2-card him. Ha 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 ha. And I'm not trying to base it off of that fully, but there is a side where it's like, I've never had a Jiren be like, okay, 1v3 time, even if I, like, rushed them or something. So, I might personally not feel that he's there, but again, my 3-star Jiren doesn't really compete to anything, and I haven't even been trying to use him, because I just feel like he would be lacking, but maybe he won't, I don't know. To call him above Future Gohan, that whole aspect, I'm not sure, right? I would say Future Gohan has more value just because the color himself of him, with, you know, the best unit in the game being yellow, I think these purples should drop a little bit, but I would probably just swap Future Gohan and Jiren there, right? Goku Vegeta, I think they're barely Z tier. They're on like the cusp of leaving Z tier, but they're still Z tier. Then S tier, Trunks. I do think that whole scenario has fallen off. Oh, the thing crashed. Nice. I appreciate when the app crashes behind me. Trunks, yeah. So I'm looking at Future when I think of Trunks, right? Because when you're looking at Future Gohan, they're kind of looking at Fusion Warriors to have him there, right? As that really, like, support type of guy / disruption that he can't offer. With Trunks, you're looking at him on Future, and with Future having, you know, well, they get nullified pretty quickly on top of no real counter to Goku. It's pretty easy to fuck over. On top of Ultra Gogeta going, you know, 60 counts of the Nullify Endurance does fuck him over. Rival Frieza, very high value. I do agree with that. Super Vegito, he should be there, yes, but it just hurts to see. It just hurts to see. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, he probably might even go above Super Vegito at some point this, you know, current 2 weeks that we have coming up here, because of how they're probably going to buff USS / God Key units. Like maybe a Goku and fucking, I don't know, it hit, like comes out as like a duo unit, not a tag unit, but like a duo all-star unit, right? We could see that, then, you know, here's more stocks for you, because that's God Key, right? And then they'll be on the tag, and then maybe they're blast-based, or strike-based, whatever they are, or even defensive-based, whoever the fuck cares. And they're a good color for synergy with this guy, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and then themselves, right? But Vegeta, definitely getting a lot more respected now. I really didn't respect him much on his Zen. Like, I thought he would be fine, but I didn't really think, like, oh my god, overwhelming power, like, he's going to be up to Super Vegito. And now, we look at it, I respectfully feel like he is about Super Vegito's level. In this current circumstance of PvP, he's getting up there. Obviously, with the strong yellow, Super Vegito does drop down quite a bit. Then, First Form Frieza, above Beerus. Yeah, Beerus's sniping just isn't there. I wish Beerus had a thing where, like, his first arts did, like, 70% more strike damage on his first arts on his entry every single time he entered, because what that would do is, let's say you have a green card already, like, there, okay, very simple. That one strike arts to, like, maybe a disadvantage, but still a disadvantage, or even someone that took, like, 20% already, then you do one strike art to get them below 50%, because he has 70% more damage on your first strike arts. Pop that green card, you get the sniping potential. Beerus really wants to snipe people. He doesn't really want to do much else besides that. Yes, he can, you know, have a little bit of longevity with the stalling of, you know, popping his main ability and frame trapping and all that stuff with his green card. But he's there to snipe, right? If he just had like a big-ass entry first hit, and then he just had that green into blue where he could do it actually like feasibly and pretty consistently, then it'd be better. But it's not consistent. Like 14-star Beeruses are dying in 3 cards to like 5-star Ultra Kaioken. Like he's not much. Like if he only had that one thing added to his kit, which is very simple to add, right? He'd be a lot better, or like an equip that helps him with that, right? But unfortunately does not have that. Full Power Frieza Zenkai, yes, does gain some value there, just because, again, Purple's, you know, being in a dire spot, obviously he's going to gain more value with Purple's being above him and below him there. Chilled. Chilled's fine. Maybe I don't value Chilled as high as this, but Chilled is in a fine spot. I don't think he's terrible, but I don't think he's up here with this whole grouping next to him there. Otherworld Goku, good for movies. I guess you could put him there. I would honestly put him in the same spot-ish, around the same spot, right? And then Tier 1. We'll just look at some of Tier 1 here. I just want to see what my boy Bardock is down there as well. Bardock not being respected, so sad. Is Monster Goku black? Yeah, I agree with that. Rebel Gohan. I think Rebel Gohan would be higher. Well, it is the best yellow in the game, number 1, but I guess. I mean, they're interchangeable, I'd say, for number 1, number 2 of Tier 1. Pods should be higher, just saying. I know there's a lot of scary purples, and they're like big bad monsters, but the cover of, I mean, you could run yellow, yellow, green, and hypothetically, like LOE, yellow, yellow, green, and hypothetically just be like vibing. Like it'd be better than yellow, yellow, blue LOE in some spots. Obviously, you don't have the revival mechanic, no, but what red is countering you out? Like, this Pods is still very good. He's probably the best free-to-play unit because he has the best team around him right now, like in the entire game. Like that Gogeta definitely is going to be up there and close in value, but Gogeta not being as strong as LOE, this Frieza does hold that. I would say he's S tier. I would say he's above Chilled, actually. I don't think this Podza is getting enough respect here. Bardock, yeah, Super Saiyans, again, they were a very glass team. When they was all glass and they could just shit through everything, you know, they didn't really struggle much. But now, obviously, Super Saiyan's falling down. Bardock falls down with that. Majub definitely, I think, could be S tier above Otherworld Goku. Not much higher than that. I get the debate, again, where Majub is worse than Future Gohan on Fusions, so it would be a second-rate option, but I don't think that makes him a Tier 1 unit, right? I think it still makes him an S-tier unit there. Evolution Blue, not a fan. He starts at 90%, which, you know, a lot of units start at 90% here. The issue with him starting at 90% is he has to rebuild it from 90, from 90, from 90, from 90, every new come in. Not great. Not a fan of it. Think he should be lower. Oh, Bardock is high, actually, for this. Well, higher than he was. He was fucking Tier 2, like, last time I thought I looked at this. So, you know, a lot more respect here for Bardock. I'm happy to see that. Forku, again, kind of a similar thing to Vegeta. Yeah, obviously the build-up is honestly worse for Forku because it's the enemy doing arts against you and your team, which, I mean, if they're doing arts against you, you're probably getting your ass beat. Forku is more of a comeback potential unit, and, you know, he doesn't have the full potential to actually make comebacks, so he should be a lot lower. Again, I think Bardock is the best LF of yellow units in the entire game, right? I don't think there's much debate. Not Ultra, LF. Not best yellow, just best yellow LF. just to specify there, because I know people will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, LF. He's the best LF yellow. Well, forgot Future Gohan exists. Second best LF. No, third, because Full Power Frieza. Please, don't slander me. Third, because Full Power Frieza, because Future Gohan. Who else is here? God, I gotta make sure. I don't want to fucking... Yeah, third. He's the third best yellow LF. Third best yellow sparking, I guess, if you want to, like, third best yellow LF, which, it's not much to say, but it's still saying he's above Evolution Blue and Forku there, right? 17, good sniping potential, but Androids is not as clear-cut as they need to be with their, you know, full defensiveness. They're very offensive. It's kind of like Vegeta Clan was. They were very much more just an offense team that could do crazy damage, but they couldn't really take much. Kind of where Androids is right now. Regen is in mud, but I guess DKP, if you really value that endurance nullification, sure. It's just, is there even much you're nullifying endurance on in this meta right now? I guess Future Gohan. But is that... I guess Future Gohan and Trunks, but is that valuable enough to have you above Bardock? I don't know. I wouldn't say so, but that's just me. Again, Bardock, I said the thing about Evolution Blue starting at 90%. Yeah, Bardock also starts at 90%. The thing is that Bardock, after one enemy combo and one of your combo, because you'll have double card draw speed by the end of the enemy's combo, because he gets that, you will be at his near potential, if not at his 160% after 28 counts. You'll be at his, 130, 140, and it's not resetting, right? He's staying at that 140. He's going higher to that 160, his 190 on his first arts. Bardock has very good potential. Obviously, going neutral defensively is very good as well. If there are more reds coming into the meta, I think his value actually will go up from there because, again, defensive neutral, he won't take extra damage to reds, while other yellows will, obviously. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, good value. He's pretty good for the setup of Kaioken Blue, let's say Vados or whoever you want to run as that, support-ish unit, and then himself there. So I do think he has good value there. Omega, sure. Let me just keep going down a little bit. FSK below Cell. I think Reds should rise in value. I would say FSK should be higher, especially with Deku being, existent. Deku and FSK is, a combo, right? You're buffing ultimate damage, you're buffing damage inflictor, you're buffing a lot of things with Deku dies. Top of, you have a free guy to eat Rush, then this makes FSK pop off like a god. And even that hybrid setup I ran, FSK can definitely still do work if put in a proper situation, so his value should go up above a lot of yellows here, honestly. A lot of these reds should go up a little bit because, these are all yellows. I don't think, color advantage does exist. That's all, really. Just to keep going. Red Super Saiyan Blue Goku, pretty low here. Yeah, they designed his kit in a way, I thought it'd be a lot better when I read him, because it was oh my god, he goes neutral, oh my god, this is really good for a free-to-play unit that's red. Wow, this would be crazy. If they made it, a simple, fix would be make his neutral 40 counts when he's in. So only when he's in does he have the neutral. And then, after 40 counts of him being in the fight, okay, it's gone now. With it being, okay, you have from 180 to 140, good luck, man. His value falls off after 40 counts. There's nothing you can do, because there's strong blues. You have to put up with the strong blues. You're losing your neutral. You are forced to sack this guy off when he's your defense unit. It's what do you win for using him? You win nothing. It should have been, he goes neutral on his entry, not cover, not anything else, just on entry. Then when he leaves, it doesn't matter. He's gone. He doesn't. Why would he need to have neutral when he's gone? It doesn't. Should have been 40 counts when he's in. So until 40 counts are over of him being elapsed in the battle himself, then he loses neutral, which could last, up to 100 counts, up to 80 counts. If you actually use him sparingly, and even just to eat rushes or eat powerful hits, then he would have a lot more value. But they fucked over his value. It's just simple as that. Vados, God Destruction Topo, yes, they go up because they pair with Ultra Kaioken Goku, Gogeta Blue, Kaioken. Kaioken, man, what a sad story. I wish he were better. He's okay, it's just wish he were better. And then tier 3, tier 2. Anything here outlandish? Let's see. Again, reds should be a little bit higher value, I would say. I don't think their value is incredible. There is still strong blues. Ultra Gogeta's right there still. It's not like he's gone. But reds should go up a little bit more in value than purples, right? Because purple's obviously more countered out, and then yellows obviously are countered out to a high extent as well, because reds are just gaining more value with a strong yellow being there in the meta, right? Okay. Customers Voss definitely above 3Q. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. EX17. EX17 should be... God, he should be so much better. Team-wise. He's very good, but his team should be so much better, because he, carried the shit out of me when I used Tournament Power 17. Yeah, nothing outlandish. Actually, I feel a lot more liking to this list than anyone they've made a lot recently. Yeah, I do. There's some hard-to-swallow pills, which I might... accustom myself to Super Vegeta being a below Bravo Frieza, but I'm more or less content with this. I like that they add this new tier. I do think Kaioken is better than Gogeta. Do I think it's a debate in some spots? Yes, but in a general sense, I do think Kaioken is better. I like Z tier. Maybe I would swap some things around in Z tier, but I wouldn't say okay, this guy has to get out of Z tier. I wouldn't say, okay, this guy has to get into Z tier. I think this is Z tier, while the order might be something different in my head with 2 yellows as being the number 4 and 5 spot, which would go on and Full Power Frieza, I do think at least the whole tier itself does exist as something I would say is also Z tier, right? Then S tier. Maybe there's some things I wouldn't enjoy too much. I don't think Chilled is up here. I think Pazza should be in his spot. I think some tier 1 units actually should move up to S tier. I think Bardock still should be S tier. It's just, again, my take. I think Bardock's very good. But yeah, most of this, I do feel myself agreeing with more than anything. I wouldn't say it's, you know, something I'd be like, oh my god, like, this is awful. No, I think this is a very good list they actually made here. I'm surprised, because you would think with, you know, another Ultra, people are going to be like, oh my god, like, you're really overrating this Kaioken. I don't think it's overrated. I think this Kaioken is justified in his spot. You see my videos, if you're watching this, I mean, I have a 5-star Kaioken, and I've done how many 1v3s, how many 1v2s, like, I don't know. His potential is just outlandish, you know, the goodness with him, and this is going to sound stupid, good thing it's at the end of the video, the potential with him, if you're a good player, and, you know, it does matter, is higher than Gogeta, because if you know what you're doing, you're pre-charging your gauge, you're knowing, like, when to exactly, like, pop your stuff, and, like, get this off, and get this off, and get all these situations, like, ideal for you, he's far superior to Gogeta. But if you're just, like, a normal player, then sure, you might think Ultra Gogeta is better. Ultra Gogeta is very simplistic. There's not really much you can, like, okay, let me play, like, this unique, specific way, and then he'll look a lot better. No, it's kind of like, you just go, you click cards with Gogeta. With Goku, you're charged up against strikes. You're doing a tech that's hard to do, because that's, you know, when there's lag, that's fucking impossible, it feels like. Then you're popping the green card, ideal timing, while you're charging, but you're not getting your full gauge, but they're still charging. Maybe you'll draw a blue card from the green card, then you could charge again, get your gauge back, get your vanish back, get the heal. You could use your gauge in a respect where it's meant to heal you more than even get your vanish back. It's like, there's a lot of Mega Mind plays you can make with Ultra Kaioken Goku that Gogeta just can't do, because his gauge is obviously different, and I would say even harder to get, because, I mean, it is, you know, charging, it's not hard to do, right? So I do feel like Ultra Gogeta is worse than Ultra Kaioken Goku. But let me know what you guys think. Again, more or less in favor of this list as a whole. I am not shocked. I know GamePress can be, you know, controversial sometimes. You know, I've disagreed with it a lot as well, but happy to see that they are putting, you know, this here and all these units I would feel are high up here, and I'm just somebody that, you know, plays the game, you know, a lot. I don't think my opinion matters too much, but just happy to see it, right? Let me know what you guys think of the GamePress tier list, and I'll see you guys in next one.